I think now we are live. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening to everyone. Good evening, Fly High. Good evening. Good evening to everyone. We are live and ready to discuss the complex situation
We are
of.
live
Sorry,
and
sorry. I was just checking the sound. No, no. It was I. It was I checking the sound. It's now coming fine. The sound is clear right now. Okay, let's start. First of all, obviously, the Iran war. As we start every day with the live session with new information about Iran war, because that is the hottest topic in geopolitics right now. As Donald Trump says, his country is the hottest country. Like that, Iran is the hottest topic right now. Okay. So the first news that is coming up is um a kind of skepticism from the side of Donald Trump over Iran's nuclear program. What is that? Now, the peace talks happened in Switzerland. I covered that. I think I made a video, uh, and there I mentioned what are the criterias for both the sides to sign on the what are the demands for both the sides. Now, I mentioned there that Iran's nuclear program is a big issue in this peace deal, and during the peace talks in Switzerland, JD Vance said that Iran will allow sorry a team of the United Nations, mainly the IAEA, uh, to check the Iranian nuclear sites, especially those which have been struck recently by US and Israeli weapons airstrikes during the airstrikes. So, Jerry Vance said that Iran is ready to let the UN team visit those sites. But what Trump said is that in his words there is a lot of skepticism towards Iran's actual intention about it. He said that if Iran does not allow the UN team to visit and check their nuclear sites, US will walk away from the peace deal. Now, Iran didn't say anything like that. The vice president of US himself said that Iran is allowing the UN side, the UN team, but it seems that Donald Trump is not, very much. There is a clear division in the Republican Party in USA. Why I'm saying this is it only this instance? No, there are many. A book comes out recently by two journalists. I am forgetting the name of the book. You can find it. Um, in that book, there is a mention about Trump being, you know, uh, cursing his own administration, his own commerce secretary, for giving genuine numbers about US India, actually about India's tariffs on US products. Why? Now this is, I'm talking about the time period when Trump was putting tariffs on everyone. Like, if you remember, I think, I hope you remember that US, first of all, US put 25% tariff on India, for as a reciprocation. for India's tariffs on US products, and then they put another 25% additional tariffs for purchasing Russian oil. Currently, the tariff on India, they brought it to 18%, and then it the Supreme Court of US called it illegal. So the US administration as a whole took the tariffs down to 10% for every country. So currently it's a 10% tariff on Indian products. I'm talking about the time period when Trump was putting tariffs on everyone. At that time, he said to his commerce secretary, when his commerce secretary was giving him the genuine tariff numbers of India, which India puts on US products, Trump said to his commerce secretary that these are bullshit numbers. Now think about it. Think about it. This is not a layman. This is not a grassroots level leader, anything like that. This is the leader talk. This is the leader who is the uh, who is the president of the most powerful country on earth. He talking to his commerce secretary. If you relate it in an Indian perspective, with an Indian perspective, you can say that Narendra Modi, Prime Minister Modi, talking like this to Piyush Goyal about it. So there is a big, and recently I think this was for a bill in the Congress of USA relating to the Iran war, and there three Republican senators, they didn't vote in favor of a Republican bill. They voted with the Democrats and against their own party. This shows a clear division that is occurring in the Republican Party, and the main reason is Donald Trump. And this is not happening in US only, right? So I think I mentioned in one of my I clearly actually explained the issue of right wing and left wing, right? What is a right wing government, what is a left wing government? There is a proper video on my channel. It is, I think, a geopolitical concept series. I think it's a part of the geopolitical concept series. You can find this video on in that playlist in my channel. Okay, now I mentioned it there. So according if you play that video, you can see that I clearly mentioned that Republican Party, the US Republican Party, is a right wing party. Now there are many right wing parties in the whole world, like the party of Giorgia Meloni, right? The Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. She is a right wing leader. Narendra Modi, the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is the ruling party in India, the party in power in India, that is a right wing party. So the right wing parties all over the world who are in power, they try to keep good relations. You can see Giorgia Meloni talk about the right wing leaders, the right wing world leaders like Narendra Modi, Donald Trump, and everyone. She speaks about them collectively. Donald Trump, what is he doing is unconventional, I would say. Uh, he destroyed relationship with India, and now he is destroying the relationship of USA with Italy. How? The G7 summit happened in France. India was also invited as a guest country. Emmanuel Macron welcomed PM Modi. Donald Trump was there. Giorgia Meloni was there because Italy is a permanent member of the G7. And no one was giving any kind of importance to Donald Trump at that meeting. You can see Donald Trump was sitting alone. He was standing alone. I shared a video about it also, like on the meeting between PM Modi and Donald Trump, I shared a video. Um, and during the whole G7 summit, Donald Trump looked alone. Now, during during that G7 meeting in France, he speaks with the Italian, Italian journalists. And during that interview, he says that the Italian Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, uh, was asking him over and over for a photo because, according to Donald Trump, Giorgia Meloni's popularity went down in Italy because she didn't allow Italy to go into war against Iran with USA. This is a bizarre comment by the US president. It was totally, what should I say? It was unacceptable. These were the words of him in front of the media, in front of the journalist, Italian journalist. Later on, he posted on social media that the Italian Prime Minister was begging in front of him for a photo. Now, Donald Trump does it with every ally country. He did it with Emmanuel Macron. He said that Macron's wife slaps him and everything. He does it with India. He calls Prime Minister Modi his best friend and then calls India a hellhole country, dying economy, everything like that. But no one, gives him a good answer, gives him a reply. Giorgia Meloni did. Meloni did. She came up. She posted a video. She was talking she was speaking in Italian and with English subtitle. And there she clearly said that neither she nor Italy will ever beg in front of anyone for a photo. And it absolutely clear. And after that, a diplomatic row started. The relationship between US and Italy won't be same again unless there is another US president there. But Giorgia Meloni showed the guts to reply, actually, to say something against the USA. India didn't. France didn't. UK didn't. Germany didn't. Trump scolded everyone from Starmer. Actually, Starmer resigned from his post of the Prime Minister of UK. Emmanuel Macron, Narendra Modi, no one said a thing against USA. Giorgia Meloni, that I respect her guts. So Trump is trying everything. He's trying everything to cut USA away from the world, and that is a very, very bizarre thing to see. Right. Okay. Now coming back to the Iran war, is there any comments, any questions, anything? He or she. What is the name? Haley Cannell. Haley Cannell. Where are you from, Haley? You liked what? The video? Thank you for that. When did she comment it? When did she commented this? Now, 2 minutes ago. Okay, when some comments come, you can stop me. Okay. 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 I think I spoke too much today, non-stop. Let's take some rest. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay. Let's move forward. Uh, the Iran war. Okay. So there are two military angles. Oh no, let me clear the Strait of Hormuz issue. Donald Trump gave a warning to Iran about the Strait of Hormuz also. He said that if Iran tries to collect toll from the ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz, US will get into Iran again. The peace talks will be uh, abandoned. Sorry for that. Okay. So that is about the Strait of Hormuz. Now we come to the military angle. There are two military news I want to share with you about in the Iran war. The first of all is the very controversial ghost murmur. This is a new technology called ghost murmur, developed by the DARPA. These are all speculations, and very few details about this came out. Now I hope you remember, I think I posted a video or I spoke about it in my live sessions. There was a crash of that jet of, I think it was an F-15E of US Air Force, crashed in Iranian territory, and the US forces had to track down the uh, the pilot of that jet to rescue him. They used a very new or very very interesting method. What is that? For to understand that how it works, you have to first of all one thing, that is, every person has a different heartbeat, like not the speed, a pattern, or a different, the sound of the heartbeat, the frequency of the heartbeat. Every person had have a different one of them. Now, according to these speculations or these reports, DARPA developed a machine, or what should I say, an instrument which can detect uh, the, uh, the heartbeat of a person miles away, through every, like, rocks, mountains, desert, everything. Through that, they can detect a person, the frequency of a particular person's heartbeat, and through that they rescued that US pilot. So it means they first of all secured his heartbeat, or recorded his heartbeat in that instrument. Then he went into the battleground, in the battle. Then his plane crashed. He dropped in the Iranian territory from home. Yeah. Who is that? Gold clad warrior. Where are you from, guy? Man. Tell me first, where are you from? I would like to know your nationality. Yeah, I got the question. Tell me the nationality. India. India. What did you say? India should stay away from Balochistan. We cannot. Balochistan is too important. Um, Even if we want the our national interest, our security reasons, it won't allow us to uh, you know leave Balochistan in its situation. The U.S. Funds are coming in Balochistan. Everything is going on, and no, US is not behind Balochistan. What is happening in Balochistan and what is happening in POK? No, US is not behind this. I that what is happening in POK, India is behind this also. No, India is also not behind this. In POK, we are most probably we are not. I am still not clear. It is not clear if India is behind POK protest, but most probably we are not behind POK protest. In Balochistan, 80% chance is that India is. The weapons that Balochistan Liberation Army is getting is from the is from Afghanistan, uh, maybe from some the Taliban in Afghanistan is giving those weapons to TTP, Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, and TTP is most probably supplying it to Balochistan, or either this or another possibility is that Taliban is directly supplying it to India and India is supplying it to Balochistan, because what happens is if India provides, why should not India give its own weapons to Balochistan? Because if a weapon of Indian origin gets caught being used by these Balochistan rebels, uh, you know how good Pakistani propaganda is, international propaganda is, right? Yeah. Hmm. Ah, let it be. Let it be. I am tired of India's. Uh, I'm tired of India's these. Uh, this is the reason we are now recognized as a soft state. We are not a soft state. We don't want to be a soft state. If Pakistan finds out that we are, and I am not a government official. If I am claiming it, it doesn't mean that the Indian government is claiming it. I am saying this. Let Pakistan speculate whatever they want, whatever they want. They speculated that, like our Air Force chief said, that if they speculate that they took down 7 or 8 Indian Air Force platforms, 7 or 8 Indian Rafales or anything, let them, let them, because if they do, they will come during Operation Sindhu 2.0, prepared for 30 or 30 to 29 Rafales, and in that situation we will have 36. Let me just clarify that also. During recent, if you have checked the recent reports, India does have 36 Rafales still now, because we recently gave actually we offered France, or asked France for a servicing of 36 Rafales. Okay, so if we had lost any Rafales, why are we giving them advice to or offer to service 36 of them, right? Let them think, let the world think. I am not an Indian government official, so whatever I am saying is not the actual ground, the actual uh, you know policy or actual statement of the Indian government. I am saying whatever I feel is the truth, what is my thinking says, what my experience says, right? Anything else? So that is it. Balochistan is very important. Like the recent investment, like why shouldn't we get involved in Balochistan? And why shouldn't we uh, say that this to the whole world? Let it be. Let Balochistan become a free country, and in that country, if we do nothing and we propagate nothing and we say nothing, then China is coming. China has Gwadar. Uh, US is coming to Recotek for in Balochistan for rare earth mining. Whatever Churan, the Pakistani army chief Asim Munir, fed the Americans, they're coming to Recotek for many. So why shouldn't we? Let them think whatever they want. I am saying that India is involved in Balochistan. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. Pakistani, do whatever you want, Pakistanis. I am saying this, not my government. My government is not saying that. I am saying this. Okay. How to counter this narrative? Good question. The right-wing media of US. Okay, let me read out your question to everyone. The right-wing media of US is claiming that Indian Hindus, uh, Indian Christians are Indian Christians are in danger because of FCRA. Uh, Hindus are against Muslims. Christians. Okay. Hindus are against Christians. Okay. Let me give you two examples. Uh, the Israeli state recently flew, I think, 200 or 400 people from northeast to Israel because they just thought that they belong to uh, Judaism and they belong to Israel. That, okay, uh, what India should do in this situation. I gave this example of Israel because people needs to know how Indians lives inside the country. What is unity in diversity? And Christians, about the Christians. Uh, the propaganda of right wing American channels you cannot control because right wing American channels means the Fox News, right? Uh, the scale of Fox News is too big, and India has nothing. India has nothing. Our government media channel, what is that? Doordarshan does nothing. News on air does nothing. No one reads Doordarshan. No one reads news on air. I sometimes use DD News or the NOA. Uh, the good media channels in India, like the Indian Express, Hindu, maybe you can say Times of India. I like the New Indian Express also. They are not world class. Leaving the Hindu, leaving away actually the Hindu, and maybe you can say the Indian Express. Other than these two, there are no channels, there are no media outlets that can actually compete with the world media. How can you? The Pakistanis have their, the Pakistani origin news reporters in every American and European news outlet. You take Al Jazeera, you take the UK media, BBC or The Guardian, you take France 24, or you take CNN, the US media is the whole US media. You will find one to two Pakistani writers in every US media, from New York Times to Washington Post. India does not have that. We don't. We our if even if we have Indian origin, Indian origin news reporters in American media, you will see them. They will write anti-India articles. And this is very very shameful. Very shameful. I see uh, Indian uh, Indian origin journalist. The name will be like some Singh or Dev, okay, writing in the New York Times, in the Washington Post, writing about the Indian elections rigged with a sorry, just a second. Yeah, what? That is why we don't. That is why we don't actually try to propagate. Um, you know, I became very furious sometime during the Operation Sindoor. Why this fake news? Like I delivered a news or a news channel. Even the Hindu gave, fell into the trap of fake news during Operation Sindoor. That never happened. In my lifetime, I have never seen the Hindu being compromised with its quality. But during Operation Sindoor, that happened, and that happened because of U.S. media and Pakistani media. They does not rectify, they does not clarify, they does not, you know, check their list, their uh, the authenticity of the news they are getting. And so we should not go into this game. But what we can do is that we can raise this issue with the American side, that your media is doing this, uh, even not with, if even if not with Americans, we can do with our Middle Eastern partners. We can do this with UAE, not with Qatar, because Qatar is very much radical and anti-India. Uh, but we can do this with UAE or Saudi Arabia or other Middle Eastern nations, because if you remember, there was an instance. Uh, I think it was in 2003 or in 2022. Now UAE has Dassault Rafales. We have Dassault Rafales. UAE have Dassault Rafales too, and there is the actually the trilateral air exercise happens between India, UAE, and French Rafales. Right. So UAE has Rafales. India uh, actually requested the UAE side to keep the Pakistani operators in UAE away from those Dassault Rafales of UAE. You got that? uh, and UAE did that. So no Pakistani could came in the air bases of UAE and get the information about Dassault Rafales, because India raised this issue with UAE that this is against our, this will harm our national security, and UAE listened. Right? If we do that, if we can do that with a fighter jet, why we can't do that with newspapers? Use your connections. The Indian foreign policy should use their connections, use the relationship you have with UAE, and the bad and the actually the uh, you know the devastated relationship, the destroyed relationship between UAE and Pakistan. India should focus on that. Times. No, the Hindu is not Russian. The Russian media is Sputnik India right now in India, and I think RT Russia Today. The RT I think launched RT India recently. Um, the Hindu and Hindustan Times, no, they are not Russian. I don't think they're Russian. Where are you getting this from? No, 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 they are not Russian. The Hindustan Times, the Hindustan Times is good, but I don't think nothing. I think nothing beats the Hindu still now. Right. And about that, we should not play this game. About your that the question, how should we win this game? No, we this is not a game. This I became very furious when fake news was coming and things were being lied about India's platforms getting down, everything like that. I was very furious. I scolded the Indian government. I spoke against the Indian government. Why shouldn't we spend on this, spend on that? Uh, it is worthless. It is worthless. The international propaganda that is going on, the propaganda that the Pakistani news channel, the US news channel feds, it is just temporary. It is just temporary. Your action matters more than your words. So act according to that. What can India do is that we can improve our transparency, but that will actually harm the national interest. Like if we increase our transparency, like where is the Dassault Rafales right now, that will uh, harm our national security. So we cannot do that also. Let's not go into that propaganda war. Why should we should not spend money on that. Spend money on more actually the engine development with saffron, things with like that, right? Okay. So we were talking about ghost murmur in Iran, right? I think I explained the ghost murmur, and I was about to go into the second thing. The second thing is I will keep it short. The jellyfish formation of Iranian drones. What is that? The same pilot of that F-15E, which was who was found by the ghost murmur. After coming back to USA, he said that when he ejected himself from the jet, he saw a big mothership, a drone, like got a big mother drone and small drones, beneath it, spreading like tentacles. So the US military, the US side is calling it the jellyfish formation. Now they are still raising question upon it, because the concept of a mother drone carrying multiple drones, this is a very sophisticated tech still now, because we haven't seen something like that yet. So the US defense community is still divided on it, but this is a development which Iran is the pilot is claiming to see, claimed that he saw a formation of a sophisticated formation from by Iranian drones. Okay, so these are the two defense newses I had. Anything else in the comments? I think I have mentioned everything here, right? Okay, guys, I will give you 1.5 minute. If you have any comment, you can go again. Go and write it in the comment section. Then I will close this live session. If you like the live session, keep drop a like, subscribe the channel, share it with your family members, and try to follow me on my social media account, other social media account, because I give more information there which I can provide you in this on YouTube. Okay. So I think that is all for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, Jai Hind.